Jim, I have a boiling hatred. Can you recommend me a game where I can take out this hatred on?
Pokemon. I don't think that was the response you were expecting.
Well, time for me to go Michael Vick.
Just go Michael Bolton. Listen to Michael Bolton. No. So we're revisiting LGO 94, which is a highly controversial game called Hatred. And I'm glad it got released on Steam. I don't personally, I think some videos, if you watch them, I don't believe in censorship. I think the freedom of expression and creativity are very, very tied together. And I chose this game purposely, intentionally even, because it was a game that was controversial, and I wanted to support the fact that it did get released. And really the basis of this game is someone's very angry
at the world, at himself,
everything,
or wherever.
Yeah, and he doesn't cope with it properly.
He's literally like this giant edgelord.
He looks like a death metal guy, and not to stereotype or whatever.
He actually kind of reminds me of that guy from Metal Apocalypse.
Yeah, and I think the reason why this game is so important is, I think the message is, this is not the right way to deal with your anger, and I think that's why it's so important that this video game was made, because it shows like General Jousting, I was telling you indoors, we had to be quiet because we had people around us and we're playing this insanely, worse than Mortal Kombat in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is worse than
at least with Mortal Kombat we can just play it casually.
It looks like a game, but
with Hatred,
this is more realistic. Yeah, exactly. There's grenades, there's missiles.
This was literally the game Jack Thompson was warning us about.
Like 15 years ago when he was scared of Mortal Kombat or whoever.
Yeah.
But this game, I think the reason why it's so important is, don't you think it's better that people unleash their anger or
on
stress
virtual characters?
like in video games, and then to hurt other people in real
life. Just wait until the day virtual characters start coming into our world, and then they see this, and it's like...
Well, there's already holograms. There's Tupac and there's the Dio one. But I think the reason why this game is so important, and the reason why I chose it, is it's so important, to be healthy. Like, people say video games are healthy, but what is the alternative? You might have someone like this go around and hurting people in real life. Instead, at least they get their frustrations in video games, right?
Yeah, and this might actually be a little too close to home, because on Saturday there was the London attacks.
Yeah, exactly. That is when people get frustrated and the people get shut down and people get censored and they get told that they're not allowed to express themselves anymore. That is what happens. And this is why this game was really important to me when I chose it over 100 weeks ago. Freedom of expression, and you could be saving lives. You may not realize it, but games like this and letting people have their voices heard, I could
end up saving lives.
Yeah, you could be saving lives. You may not know it, because it didn't never happen. But games like this, it's kind of like a 3D Doom, but it's someone who's angry versus other angry people.
It's more like a 3D top-down shooter, and it's pretty chaotic.
It's like Diablo, but the modern world without items.
I really like the graphics for this game, because it definitely shows brutal carnage of the game.
It does not pull any punches. It is, if someone's this angry and will do it, this is probably what would happen, and they would take cars and whatever. But it's unfortunate. But if you take away people's rights, and if you take away, their ability to express themselves, then this is probably, in my opinion, what would happen. You have people that bottle up their rage, and this game, I think, is very important to show that, it's better to let people have the freedom to express themselves than to try and stop them from having their fundamental rights. And I think that's why this game, and I chose this game, it's so important to talk about it. And it's a really basic game. You go around and you're not doing nice things, and
not doing super nice things, which is why we had to not be super covert about the way we're playing it.
Yeah, and I think the fact that we're going and talking about it is more important than if you try and hide it away and then people don't get their voices heard, and it could actually happen in real life. So I don't think there's much more for me to say. I think that's.
So I guess I'll take the stand then.
Yeah, if you want to.
So the game is pretty fun. in a.
It's pretty basic, I think.
It's pretty basic,
I'm
top-down
not sure
shooter.
If you play for hours on end, but
Yeah, but it is hilariously over the top.
it's so over the top. Like people
Yeah.
come in like, he's coming to get us.
And the
stuff.
main character's like, my name is.
Yeah, and
not
he's
Gordon."
not nice. I mean,
And,
I
like-
think if they made him nice,
Like he
then-
made him super over the top, and it's
Yeah.
like I think there was like hints like there he was gonna have a backstory, but I think they dropped it or something.
I don't know.
Yeah,
mean,
but like the ending
it's
was like
better that they don't explain why he's.
the
way
ending
he
is hilariously over the
Yeah.
top. I think I've seen the ending more than I have
really? I haven't
actually
seen
seen
it.
You have to see
I
the
beat
ending.
the first
of this.
level, but yeah,
Yeah, so it's not really like an open worldish sort
Yeah.
of thing. It's more like just rack up as many
it's
points
like
as you can. And it's
you're
like
not in a dungeon. You don't feel like you're in a dungeon, but you're in like a sort of
Yeah.
neighborhood
And
dungeon.
to ape off what you were saying, this definitely feels like somebody has been seeing all these people complain about how video games are
And purposely
simulators.
did something that's gonna really peeve.
Yeah, how they're simulators, but they're not
themselves.
really simulators. Like how that one person said that Mass Effect was a sex simulator.
Okay.
And
That's
then someone's
interesting.
like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm actually going to show them
Yeah.
what an actual simulator would look like.
And as I said, I think it's important to stress this.
And it got
when
the-
I first played this, I felt sick, and I'm like, oh my god, am I actually going to be able to play this game? You know, does this? And it brings up the question: are you evil for playing this game? And I don't think you are. I think it's a human nature that we're not perfect, and I think to recognize that is very important.
yeah.
And same with General Jousting. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw the title screen originally. And,
But I mean, Hatred did what Undertale did years later.
Mhm.
It showed you, like, are you evil for playing this game to its conclusion? Because
Yeah.
there's a route in Undertale where it asked, are you evil for just going down this route?
Mhm.
And Hatred
I
provides
didn't even know that.
Hatred provides a different answer than what Undertale presents.
Mm-hmm. Well, totally over the top hatred, and Undertale's pretty nuanced, I think. So I don't have anything else to say. I'm
Yeah.
pretty much done.
So
Are
yeah,
you wrapping it up?
oh yeah, I'm
Because
taking
we're
the
on a time,
spotlight here.
so-
Oh yeah, so I really like this game. It's pretty over the top. I
Mhm.
mean, if you can
It's a little
stomach,
sickeningly
if you can
satisfying.
stomach the like, this game is super mature. This is literally the game
Not
that
for
Jack
kids.
Thompson warned us about.
It's
If you
definitely M.
if you
rated
can
M or R.
if you can stomach it, like, this game garnered such a controversy, and I think it succeeded in what it was trying to do.
Mhm.
If you can stomach the problems, if you can stomach the hatred, this game's good. But if you're very
if you
squeamish,
take it at literal value that it's a death simulator, which is not meant to be.
a
it's
murder
meant to be
simulator
a-
actually.
Yeah.
Death simulator would just be
Well,
you.
they do die, but
Well, no, like you dying multiple, but whatever.
yeah.
Point digressed. Yeah, if you are a little bit squeamish about this,
You won't
or
be able to handle
you're
this
going
game.
through the qualms of, like, is killing virtual people really a catharsis for you? Maybe not pick up this game. Like,
It's not your game.
it's not your kind of
Yeah,
game.
you
This is
stretch
like
it
for
and
games.
stretch
This is like for people who just play. Like,
And
even
don't take it too seriously. I think
Yeah.
I
I think that's another gist of it.
Yeah, if you take this seriously, then
Yeah,
you
no, this
probably
game's
have
not
more
for you.
issues than the people that play this game.
Yeah. All right.
As much as that offend people.
So I would definitely say pick it up if
I'd
you
pick it up.
if you
At
don't
least
really
$10,
mind if you don't
but
really mind playing
Canadian.
Hatred. If you don't
Yeah.
mind the premise
If
of
you take-
Hatred,
yeah.
but if you really mind it
Are
at some
offended.
degree, like you find yourself asking yourself, am I really harming these virtual people? Then yeah, no, this game isn't for you.
Yeah, I'm done. So
I'm done.
you're done.
Yep.
All right, keep
Take
on gaming,
care.
guys. See you later. Bye bye.